are in Mandalay Bay with Mr. Zap Super Judah. Zap, I heard you're a boxing buff. What is your favorite fight of all times and why?
Oh man, so when you say that, oh man, like so many fights come to my mind right now. Like Lennon Hagler, probably Lennon Hagler, probably one of the greatest fights because the way, Lennon Hearns. Because of the build-up of the fight, you know what I'm saying? Like Tommy Hearns was a big guy and everything like that. And he got knocked out by Hagler. You know what I'm saying? Hagler is one of my favorites.
Are you talking about Hearns Hagler?
Hearns Hagler, yeah.
Okay, that's one of your favorites.
Yes.
Intensity.
Yes. Well, one of them. I got a bunch of them.
Okay, give me a couple of more.
Tyson Spinks. I got Colonel Chavez. Oh man, who else? Zap Judah.
What is your favorite fight of yours? What is your favorite fight of yourself?
One of my probably best performances that I was treating myself was with Mickey Ward. I fought Mickey Ward at a young age. Because I was pleased with myself because of his credentials and the things that he accomplished at that time. And for me being at such a young age to go in there and fight the way I fought, I was very pleased with myself.
How were you able to survive that left hook to the body?
That was one of my pleasing fights.
What's in the future for Zap Judah?
Oh, a lot, man. If we can still practice myself. Welterweight, welterweight, whoever. Y'all know me, whoever.
Final question. This is a big weekend for boxing in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Who do you like in the fight tomorrow, Bradley or Pacquiao?
Bradley Pacquiao is a very big fight, very tight fight. Myself, I like the winner. I think the winner of the fight is going to be a great guy.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
Here we are with Mickey Ward. Mickey, me and Zeb were just talking about the left hook that you hit him with in the 7th round. Do you remember it?
Yeah, I remember it, but he didn't talk about the hundreds of punches that he hit me with. No, it was a good fight. That was fast. That was very, very fast. Very intelligent in the ring. He was young too, man. He was in his early 20s. So it was his first big fight, and he did what he had to do to win the fight. But he was very fast. I tried to catch up to him, but just couldn't do it.
What is your favorite fight of all times and why?
For me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mine.
Yeah, no. Probably, it's probably could be. Might have been Sanchez in Vegas, because I was behind so far, and they wanted to stop the fight. They were saying they should give his money back and all that crap. And then the one left hook switched the whole thing, and my career from that point just took off. Either that one or winning that championship in London, going over there and to a hostile crowd, and they were the British fighter was supposed to beat me. He was supposed to beat me too easy, and I ended up knocking him out too. So that was probably the two biggest ones.
Okay.
I liked that fight because it was competitive all the way up until the knockout.
Favorite fight of all times and why?
Come on, there's too many of them. Joe Gatti and Mickey Ward, their first fight was a great fight. Castillo and Corrales, their first fight was a tremendous fight. You go back, Bose Edwards back in the 70s with Bazooka Lamone, and Bobby Chacon with Bazooka Lamone and with Bose Edwards. Those guys had a lot of great fights. There's been so many. I mean, this is a sport that's rich in history. It goes back many, 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 many years. So there's a lot of great fights.
But what are with Larry Merchant, boxing aficionado and historian? The big question of today is, what is your favorite fight of all times and why?
Well, there have been too many great fights that I've covered. But the biggest event I've ever covered was Ali Frazier won at Madison Square Garden in 1971. It was an extraordinary emotional time. The whole world seemed wired into that fight. But there have been many others. I mean, the first big fight I ever covered was Sugar Ray Robinson and Carmen Basilio at Yankee Stadium. And sitting nearby were Joe DiMaggio and Ernest Hemingway, two of my heroes. It couldn't have gotten any bigger. So there have been many great fights since that time. But some of them transcend just being a fight. They become an event, what I call an event. And that's why we do this.
Talking here, Max Kellerman. Max, what is the best fight you've ever seen and why?
This is an easy answer. Diego Corrales, Jose Luis Castillo, 1, is the best action fight in recorded boxing history. Maybe there's better action fights that they didn't have video for, but I've never seen one as good as that. I flew out to watch that fight just as an observer, and it's the greatest sporting event I've ever seen.
What was so exciting about it?
It was for the real lightweight title. It was not just the belt, but it was the lineal lightweight championship of the world. And these two guys went into a phone booth, and they had technique for guys in a phone booth. I mean, they weren't going to box like Floyd Mayweather, but they were close in the trenches, and they went on a high level from round 1 up until the finish, and it kept building and getting better. And after the first round, you thought, oh my God, how much better can this get? And it kept getting better and kept getting better. And just when it looked like Castillo was about to finish him, Corrales comes back. I mean, it was just, I thought Arguello and Pryor, their first fight, was, going to be tough to beat in my lifetime, but I think it did it. I think Corrales and Castillo did it.
By the way, that's my favorite.
And Pryor, the first one.
The
Yeah.
first one. Veteran boxing scribe David Avila. David, what is your favorite fight of all times and why?
My favorite fights, well, there's 3 of them. Number 1 is Diego Corrales and Castillo, the first one. That was a fight that everybody expected to be a war, and it was, and even surpassed that with drama, knockdowns. It was so exciting that you saw fighters who never get that excited running around the arena, jumping up and down, like James Toney and Winky Wright. They were like little children. I said it was amazing to see it because, their friend had won. But that was probably the best fight I ever saw. And then
Корреспондентом Аня Трагова. Аня, добрый вечер. Очень вас приятно видеть на большом вечере бокса. Какие ваши мысли по поводу Паки?
Как журналист я не могу давать вам, скажем так, прогноз. Сложно сказать, знаете, это интригующая, это большая такая интрига на самом деле. Но я думаю, победит Паки.
Окей. Недавно я смотрел ваше реалити-шоу с Петром Петровым.
Да?
Мне очень понравилось. Какие планы на будущее по поводу этого?
Ну, первая часть у нас уже закончена. Петра Петрова мы уже устроили. Сейчас мы занимаемся тем, что мы заканчиваем кастинг, и буквально в месяце я уже жду 5 боксеров для участия во 2-м сезоне. Так что
3 боксеров?
5. Да,
Каких все с Соединенных Штатов?
Нет, один боксер приедет из Казахстана, один из Украины, один из России, один из Чили, а один из Израиля. И получится такой межнациональный проект большой.
Очень интересно. Последний вопрос. Какой ваш самый любимый бой и почему?
Вы знаете, наверное, Тимоти Брэдли и Руслан Проводников.
Почему?
Ну, это great fight был, это такой эксайдед, и весь бой просто, драка такая, вот прям жестокая драка. Мне очень понравилось.
Окей, спасибо, желаю вам. Here we are with boxing historian Al Bernstein. Al, what is your favorite fight of all times and why?
Ooh, wow. Well, I'll mention a couple probably. The best one I've ever announced was Jose Luis Castillo and Diego Corrales. The second best I ever announced was Hagler-Hearns, which was great, but Castillo-Corrales was 3 times that. So those are probably my 2 favorites. And I'll tell you one of my favorite fights that I've viewed that might surprise people, Kenny Norton and Larry Holmes. I just think that fight is so compelling and so interesting and so close, and it interests me.